Hello and welcome back to part 2. Let's just jump right into it. It has occurred to me that my mic wasn't plugged in. I hope you can hear me good now. Um, anyways, welcome to part 2. Let's just jump right into it. You awake on day 2, attempt to process the wild vision you had. Were they memories or premonition? I don't know that word. Anyways, you lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe he really used blank. And then and there was the secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? Probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Plank. Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. Oh, man. That's crazy. We got to talking about after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? Oh, you don't say. No, but that does make complete sense. But he was so popular that he was voted prom king at the school, and he didn't even go. It was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. Sorry, just making sure I read that right. Okay. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, it'd be best if you took it slow with the new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, huh? The coolest guy in school, the most famous student ever to attend the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? Not exactly. We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Okay. That's a little rude. Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, then why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know the second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that as a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show what he meant, and he said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, I cooked with them, and a very strange feeling came over me. The flavor was unlike anything I've ever tasted before. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Well, whatever. Anywho, we both shared an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, like pen pals, and I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, please, please. You mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders. We're gonna make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about is Eye of Newt. I know it sounds like something out of a witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow! Her eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you figured that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone. You can't quite see. That's probably not good. Oof. Before you can ask her to confirm that she's definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school on his horse. Run to him. Decided the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. But it startles the horse, and I get hit, don't I? Surely he'll sweep you up on the back of his stallion, and you'll ride away together. That'll show her. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. Oh, my God. Oh, I should have just stood there. Yep. Suddenly, your sudden movement surprises the horse, and it rears up and kicks you directly in the face. Yep. I should have just stayed there. The force of the wind completely knocks you out cold. Yeah, I'm gonna get a bad ending. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh, Clementine, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It is important that you remember this, exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I've been trapped in the realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... Before you can continue, you suddenly wake up. Oh. Ha, cheese. You wake up to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life as a satchel of secret recipes, or is that just a natural seasoned musk? Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes. Maybe he shouldn't be riding his horse to school. Maybe he shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who is in the rock here. But one thing is for sure, is that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were as they were pressing into my face. It's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates a good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. Well, good thing we got that book. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Okay. Tell them to stop acting immature. Act like you're not interested, but you're really trying to get a closer look. Tell them to stop acting immature. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules. I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes penchant, or whatever that word is. It doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book just like the one you found after your encounter with the sport monster. That's the same book I found last night at the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They And they've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing, hee hee. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of one of more students, and it's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzzzt, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I never heard such language, even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. I just realized that there's that. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it might be over for me. I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourself. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrived to signal that the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's a scent that left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps in on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down. F. Toppin'. The command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what was up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do. Which is why, in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was the chicken who first signed their name. You can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you've missed most of the important parts. You come to. Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Clementine, naturally this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water. You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool and crisp, like the pure snow melted by a mountain spring. Hey, that was mine. It was from my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. And you've got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay attention better. Pay better attention. Yeah, I'll make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you soon. Or someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your arrivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. Step up and tell him that you're on. Bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not a fool. You're the fool. Fool. Go on, Van Van. I like your grumptation, Clementine. I like your gumption, Clementine. I'm a fool. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge light blasts in your face, flashing, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message that lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure. Now's my chance to shine. I'll defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one. You're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. The timer runs down. You'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water always boil? That's right. But how would you have gotten into the school without knowing that? Winter gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs did he... 7. It's 10, isn't it? Schnauzers with better sense than that, and miniature kind, no less. Now that you've got some basic sense, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude. That's right. You must never take the opportunity for granted, and if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now that would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? Small town where big dreams are born. That's right. This is your shot and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! I'm sorry. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. That's wrong. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Clementine. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you make it yourself. Totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy will it take to fill a What were you thinking of? Get back to you. Grrr. Prairie standing on the desert with one cookbook. Which do you take? I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind. This has to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicately baked biscuits. Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. In the next station, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss a biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Zip. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow applicant utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Or you might not have any hands, but Clementine does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know it is properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you suddenly realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the biscuit before you realize it's overmixed. Clementine, no. You're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck and is immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beads. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. Here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on the account of Clementine's injury. You see Sparkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you could at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you find a wide array of delicate delights, taking you on a journey of flavors that taste so good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Clementine to do the honor, but since you're injured, I might be afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, would you mind lending me your strong, steady hand? Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away and revealing the ingredients hidden away. Inside you find a delicately fried cheese on top of a honeycomb ice cream, 2 ways tender nougat and pearls with blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity is not your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places sauce-covered fingers into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dash of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. The rage burns so intensely with your eyes, they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch on fire and turn into ash, and they fall off on your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of you, as strong as storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. He won't ever ask you to catch his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, and he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer, and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is part of life. Not just for you, but... Sorry for hitting the mic. Not just for you, but for all of us. Don't you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always that man you see yourself before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life. I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon bow tie and my well-kept beard and assume I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labors, or money would deter me from getting the best that I've had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I'll create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, he prepared for the worst. It's the spork monster. Borko? It is I. I know that I said I wouldn't be back, and after all the world fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Oh, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of the night can really rile a person up. I also wanted to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and that cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a sport monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student, until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment onto me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. I had produced a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and gilly. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Clementine, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? I can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside the Sanders home, you're surrounded by his things. You start to feel a special bond with him. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Sorry. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching and never stop working and never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own? I've always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, or both perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? Feel it. And decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw, though the spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to that last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in a moment. Realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room there are various items you can look around. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item and discover more about Colonel Sanders. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's blank. Tap on the door on an item to discover more about Colonel Sanders. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and the mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghosts of students pop up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window and crack it. A crack, and the ghost of student is swept away with the breeze. Oh. Tap on an item to discover more about Colonel Sanders. Notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the counter, which you pick it up and realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped on the foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Tap on an item to discover more about Colonel Sanders. This must be where he keeps a secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number would be important to Colonel Sanders? And it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opened up. Inside you find a single note. Sashimi style. Tap on an item to discover more about Colonel Sanders. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suit hanging within. You take one off of its hanger and try it on. The jacket is big for you, but soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. You say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look around any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning, as he has a new dish that he has been working on. He wants you to taste it. You try and act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Ah, crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. You fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself. Colonel. Yes, Clementine. I honestly think that maybe this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. I think we should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. So is this day 3 now? Oh, it's day 3 now. Okay, so we're going to end it there, and we will pick up on, we'll pick this right back up here next. Okay. This is Katie Ross, signing off. Boop.